But
I don't know if my dad was right or wrong with it,
but I remember, you know, coming up as a teenager too, I was able to do things that my sister wasn't able to do. And one was I had female company. Stayed to real late in the night. Sometimes stayed overnight. And
how old were you?
I don't want to tell all my
business. I know, because
it
was young.
We were sneaking,
but it got to a point.
Sneaking or was
but it got to a point where
they knew,
and it was just okay. Especially now, it wasn't going to be 3, 4, 5 girls staying the night. But if my mom and my sister knew this female as being the person I'm dating or this is my girlfriend, it had wound up not even being an issue anymore. Where some of my friends' parents probably would have been like, staying the night, staying the third. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't an issue in my house, and I can say it might have worked for me because I ain't have my first child till I was 29 years old. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I know they probably rather me not have company, but they ain't want me sneaking out there and standing out somehow.
Exactly. My mom thing was you at somebody else's house.
My mom thing was, I don't care what he doing. If he doing it in my house, I feel safe when he doing it in my house. You know what I mean? She ain't got to worry about where I'm at and what I'm doing. It's right here.
Felt the
you know
same
what I mean?
way about
So
my son.
right, wrong, and indifferent. That was her philosophy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand that philosophy.
Yeah,
it's funny, man, because I used to be at somebody's house like that, and I used to wish that my dad was that understanding, because he could smoke weed in his house. His mom would make him food. I mean, we all
teenager.
Yeah. Shit. He was like, listen, I'm just telling you that. I mean, he smoked weed. The man. I mean, he got the ball. That's what I'm saying. Listen, he got the ball out. The chicks. He got to do it all. And I'm talking about. I used to be in the script like. See, man, my dad don't got it right. My dad got all these damn rules and shit. I gotta be all creative to do shit. And I'm looking, but that same guy now, man, he got 6 kids, can't hold down the job, still staying with his parents. So it's flip sides to every to every coin. You know what I'm saying? And because of the rules that my dad applied on me, it made me be a responsible person and go get it. Mm-hmm. Now I did have freedoms though. I won't act like I didn't have freedoms. I definitely had freedoms, but it was like it is a such thing as too much freedom.
Yeah. Right, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's one thing to give a child a controlled environment, relax rules, and it's another thing because the people who had too many rules, they were fucking maniacs.
And the ones who had too much freedom was just the same.
Yeah,
but I was given a line.
Yeah, don't cross it.
Exactly. See how much you can deal with that. Like you got the rope.
Yeah.
You hang yourself. I wasn't the kid that, and he'll tell you, I wasn't the kid that couldn't go to dances at night because they got out 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. My parents was looking at me to be responsible. You know what time you should and shouldn't be getting back in here. Mm-hmm. So on my own, I want to make sure I got in at least by 3. Listen, so my friends come home 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, like my pop worked at night. Yeah. So I had different types of freedoms, and I was only raised by my dad at this point in my life, at these teenage years.
Right.
So exactly, my dad, I ain't had my dad to kind of do anything.
What? Yeah.
He just knew the rules, and I knew the rules, and he laid them rules down every time he saw me. Hey, you know the rules.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But you know the rules.
You know the rules to live in this house, and you know you better make the right decision.
And for us, I think our parents focus more so was education.
Yep.
Like all the other stuff, I ain't saying they wasn't worried, but education was number 1. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was like I did so this way, this that way, but them grades was on point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I made sure I was at that library every grade Tuesday and Sunday. Period.
My grades went to shit in high school. I must admit. Yeah, they went to shit. Yeah. The shop coach are going from a school with 40 people to 60 people to walk into a place with 2,000 people.
You probably went crazy.
First of all, not crazy. First, I was scared. let's be honest. The shell shock. You know what I mean? First time I seen it. Listen, man. First time I seen a free fall of first of all, a lot of my family friends know, so I haven't seen all the big rumbles you can imagine, right? Mm-hmm. But always been a part of the winning team. Mm-hmm. It's something when you walk into a building, you see the whole bottom is fighting Lancaster, and you watching a big ass. Man, you ever seen University of Commerce? It's a big ass circle of people fighting, and the fighting coming towards you. And as the fighting coming towards me, I'm like, shit. Like this ain't that little school I used to go to. Yeah, so I'm looking at this fight come towards me. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I'm sitting there, so I turned the fuck around and run into this classroom. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm so fucking confused. I'm 12 years old. I'm like, I don't know a face in these fights. Jesus Christ. So I turn around and run to the wrong damn classroom. And they looking at me like, what are you doing here? I'm like,
I'm trying to
I can't even explain to her like this. This shit look like 300 out there. I'm talking about chairs is flying, NTAs is flying in the air. I mean,
ATAs ain't got no win. And they grown men.
Yeah, ATAs ain't had no win because, you know, the men child. And I'm looking at this fight, I'm like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I turned around and I ran right to a dead end. But the lady looked at me, I'm like, well, I ain't leaving out this class, so you might as well get teachers.
So imagine that crowd you see coming towards you, and they are after you. That's me running home from Manchester. It's like, hold on, it's like 30 days. Well, I ain't gonna stay here and find out. Wait, 30 seconds they come right there. They was after me.
Yeah, so like, you know what I mean? So it's just funny, man.
Because of your sisters?
Nah, because of the friends I had.
The fucking men's zone.
The friends I had. That man box. Man box.
But,
yeah, whoa.
No freaky. No freaky.
No freaky. That was in the last episode. Yeah. No freaky. Yeah. Hold on. What we call it, man box? Who's called that? What? What's it called?
Oh, yeah.
I tripping with all that.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, man. But yeah, as far as the liberalization, bring it back, man. Like, we you know, we really didn't want to talk about it. You know, if it's just what you into, then God bless you. But if you're young, man, just know that whatever decisions you're making now, because we have these phones and everything you do stays with you. So you kind of got to remember everything you do stays with you. So just always remember that.
Oh man, I miss y'all.
You missed this?
Just sitting here, I'm like, damn, I miss these little. And then, you know, I'm so happy that you're here. But I feel like I haven't really heard anything. I didn't know if you had like a message that you wanted to kind of articulate, but I wanted to definitely make sure we had.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to come in. I just wanted to rock off you guys and just go with the flow. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. The conversation is flowing. We're going well. I think, hey, listen, y'all got to bring me back. Y'all might be 4 minutes. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm just here, man. I'm in the moment. I'm enjoying it, man. It's just fun. I want to keep going.
So we can go to the next one. First, we want to thank Family Press for giving all these t-shirts. So Family Press.
You know what? Yeah, I see. Yeah, you're not down. Ain't nobody tell me I can't get no sweatshirt.
No, we got you.
All right, I'm coming for
you know, it's a Philly did it first, and the thing about it is what we were talking about. Me and Mike was talking this week, and we was talking about, like, you know, they give a camera, and this is some petty shit. This is part of our ignorance, but this is the truth, though.
It's the truth.
They give Cameron the credit for making pink a popular color. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hold up, wait a minute. I know y'all Harlem, y'all fly, we hear all that talk, but this is Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is extremely fly, and we know that New York always coming down here. Pillaging off us. Yeah, pillaging off us. I know people going to hear it and act like it's not true, and I know because of rap videos now, everything is kind of blended together.
Right.
You know, so we really can't tell who was who. And the rappers that got on from Philadelphia were not the stylish people of Philadelphia.
Yeah, they were just great MCs.
They were MCs and they were charismatic people, but they were
fashionistas. They were not.
And they traveled with stylists.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but if you go behind the scenes though, a lot of the styles. So one of the biggest styles, I want to say Crystal Streets. I think she's from Philadelphia. I'm not sure, but like some of the bigger stylists, you know what I mean, are from Philadelphia. A lot of times these guys were down here pillaging our stuff. So when I see that Cameron started wearing the pink, and I want to say like 2002, it was in the 2000s, and I looked at the videos. I want to say it's like 2005, 4 or 5, whatever it was. I can't remember. Like Philadelphia was doing pink. And I can't say what other areas was doing because I wasn't in St. Louis, I wasn't in Atlanta. Philadelphia was doing pink in my mind since the 90s. And I'm talking about as a young, like 92.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I know definitely for 92 because, again, in the neighborhood that I lived uptown, I didn't really see the pink first.
Right.
The first pink I saw was down the bottom. The Fly Boys that had money, they had a pink polo in University City.
And it was hot pink.
Yeah, and it was a pink, like that pink with the I want to say green horse on it. I can't. Or navy blue.
Navy blue,
all of
sky blue.
So sky blue, exactly. Sky blue. That was that color,
yeah.
the sky blue horse, and then it's the other pink with the navy blue horse. So what I'm saying is that, and when you and the thing was saying, like, because if you had a polo shirt, it would be like, damn, you know what I mean? I got a low shirt on. But I'm that fly, and I'm gonna buy a pink one. And I'm never gonna wear it again, but I'm gonna kill it for this day with the pink one because I'm getting money or whatever. So when I saw that, I was like, damn, like that's that look.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing. Now, I'm 39 this year, and I'm from North Philly, and I don't ever remember pink not being in the equation. I don't remember when pink came out.
Yeah.
When I came up in my neighborhood, that's what I saw. When I got into fashion, it was already a fad. So I don't even know when this thing started. So when I start seeing these other people from these different cities talking about they making paint this, maybe they was extreme this, the paint furs and all that. Maybe they got extreme. But far as paint being in a man's wardrobe, I don't remember it not being in it.
Yeah. Listen, I can tell you.
Yeah, in the mid-90s, I don't remember it not being in it. It was everything. Even Tommy Hill, even Nordica, pink.
I had my baby father is chocolate, right? A little bit chocolate than you.
Oh, no, that's no such thing.
Hershey, Kisses, all up in hood, right? 90s. This boy, okay, do you want better? He had the hot pink polo jacket and the pants, and he wore that together. You couldn't tell that boy nothing. So look, it was so crazy. Like a month ago, my son showed up at a little family engagement, and he had on a pink pants and a pink, but his was like denim.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, you don't even know your dad had the same exact look
That's
on.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yes,
That's
okay,
crazy.
I had to let him know. Same look. Listen, that pink on that chocolate.
So yeah, well, I'm saying,
especially
your old time. but anyway, like I'm saying though, like man, we, in my mind, we did it first. I'm sorry,
and there's a lot of things we did first.
And even if you go to camera on them old videos, because if that was what y'all was doing, I would see it in your older videos. So horse and carriage and all that, I would have saw it in there.
It wasn't in there.
And let me say another thing too. Dutch and Spade was what y'all entertainment. They're from Philadelphia too.
So I'm pretty sure there was some pink on.
I'm not saying they was or they wasn't. I'm just saying there's a little correlation there.
Dutch Spade and my baby father talking about it was close. They was on the road.
So I know he had some pink.
Exactly.
I'm quite sure a nigga from Philly in the 90s and the late 90s, I'm quite sure he had something. And I'm quite sure somebody from New York might have seen it and be like, oh, I get it.
Exactly.
Because I ain't never seen them in the videos doing that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If y'all was doing it, it would have been done. I could go back and see it somewhere.
And that's not saying everybody in Philly was
just give us our
confident enough to do it. But you had some guys that went to the extent, like she said, the jacket and the pants. I ever seen people with pink polo skippies on back in the days. I mean, I'm doing pink sneakers right now because I got a point to prove. But I'm just saying it is what it is. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing.
It's not, and no. I mean, first of all, nobody invented the color pink.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, I know that when I was growing up, it was considered a feminine color. It was a feminine color for the women. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, as I got older, I seen the hustlers wear it. And the way the hustlers did it, I was like, damn. And you got to think. You had to have money to do it because you can't wear that same pink. First of all, if you wear that same pink shirt every day, you banged out.
So you had a few of them.
You know what I mean? You had to have a few of them. And you know what I mean? And when you did it, it was just a show of, I got money. Like, because, I just don't got one pink polo shirt. I got 10 of them. You know what I mean? And $62.50, that's $625 worth of fucking polo shirts. You know what I'm saying? And if you go to Marshall's, it's a little better price. But what I'm saying is that, it meant something. Like, it's like, I got money. So
we had them in Seersucker, we had them in the regular button, we had the regular polo style like the one he got.
Exactly. We had it all. You know what I'm saying? We did them colors. For
a long time.
We definitely did the colors, and I did not see no videos back then where anybody rocking it.
Yeah.
So y'all started a lot of things, but I can't.
But this ain't it.
But even now that I'm thinking like back in that time too, like the lawyer boys. Like I felt like they wore like them little colorful ties too. You know what I mean? Like the black little lawyer boys from Philly. And the socks.
It was a flyness. It was a flyness to it. Like, yo, watch what I do with this because it's all these
colors that they say you ain't supposed to wear.
Yeah, so and if you look at, I'm licensed, so with a pink on it look a little retarded, but it don't matter. I still did my fair share. I did my fair share. You know what it's like.
And as Family Press displayed, it's a variety of pinks that we wore too. And it's just one shade of pink. It's a variety of pinks. You know what I'm saying? And we did them all, and we doing them all. At Family Press 2020.
Family Press 2020 for your printed garments.
For your printed garments.
We've been catching people talking about we ain't got no black businesses in the last couple of episodes, but we got plenty coming. Don't worry about it. You see, we're in the new studio. We got to get some things situated.
Yes.
So that was a good one though. So that way we can get off that. Now that is the combo sparker though, the color pink. So let's argue about it. Let's go all around the world.
Let us know how you feel.
Go all around the world and let's hear about it. Because I know how y'all feel about it. Y'all been tearing us up this week. And I'm telling you now, y'all gonna tear us up for the next one.
Yes. This pink might be the one though.
Ding ding ding.
But another thing too though, on the serious note, the George Floyd trial is going on. It's not over yet. so I don't know if you really want to get into it so much yet. There's still some more layers of it still going on. Just probably by the time you see this, the trial may be over, and once it's over, we will have a dialogue on it. I know that I never watched the whole video. For one, I have like PSTD, like for some things I've been through the police in my life, so I couldn't dare watch it. When I did see him screaming for his mama, was damn near drove me crazy. So I'd imagine anybody going through that. Like I don't know how any of y'all watched the whole 8 minute thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. So when it first happened, I haven't seen the whole video because, not to make light of it, it was so much going on with police brutality with blacks that it was another guy who this happened to. So
overwhelming, man.
I kind of just went on ahead past it and said it's happening again. I had that type of attitude for my own sanity. But when the trial started, they showed that video all over again, and I had the opportunity to watch it, and it did something to me. It messed me up to actually. I saw this man take his last breaths. I mean, it was. I don't even know what the point was showing it again on TV. That right there could have provoked all kinds of emotions in an environment and started all kinds of shit again. But it was something to see. I don't recommend nobody to watch it. If you saw it, you understand what I'm talking about. But I don't think you have to go look at it to get a feel of it. But it was disheartening, man, and it was malicious. It was not policing. It was straight out murder. Period. Point blank. It's no way around it. It's no way you can't change this one. It is what it is. It was obvious.
And now that the trial's going on, they're showing other different type of videos from different angles now too. So now there's more videos, and also there's more audio being out there now. So now with the cop talking.
And you can hear the people saying, "Get off him! He can't breathe," pointing out to him
from different angles, and you can see as he's saying it. Not to get in depth, but as he's saying it, you slowly hear his breath coming to him.
Yes.
I can't breathe. He don't have that deep voice. I can't breathe. You hear it slowly going, and he continued to keep his knee on his neck even after. And a fellow officer even said something to him. You think we need to turn him over? He's like, nah, he all right.
One of the things that I paid attention to, and I don't know if they had any more dialogue about it, was the fact that they think that they work together in like a club.
They had a relationship.
So did they have a relationship, or did this guy just never like him?
But it's still a relationship.
So he knew this. So I guess then I'm thinking this was purposeful, almost like premeditated.
Yes. Premeditated.
Pretty much.
I was going to say that they knew each other, and I was going to bring up another thing. They keep talking about how George Floyd, his substance abuse and, the fake money and all that stuff. Why did they choose this case to be the face, and then Breonna Taylor's murderers are just not even being talked about right now? Why?
Right.
Because I'm not trying to, of course, George Floyd was a human being, but he wasn't Breonna Taylor. Like, this man wasn't 100% innocent. So the fact that y'all using this case as the face of police brutality, I just don't know what they trying to like.
They trying to show.
Black men.
Yeah, it's like we killed him. But was he innocent?
That's what I'm saying.
And it's kind of like, they always complaining, but they don't even be innocent. Where all of the other ones don't have nothing on them at all. So I get right.
This one up, and then he was a crackhead and all this other stuff.
I'll answer that to some point, because of course it's a plea with it, but there's also another thing you got to remember is Breonna Taylor thing happened in Kentucky. This happened in Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Right.
So it's two different areas, two different type of legislators, two different types of judges, prosecutors. And Kentucky, it probably was bad with Breonna Taylor, but in Minneapolis, they burned down a police station. Mm-hmm. So when that much aggression and rage was showed, the pressure. There are rooms that we not allowed in, where people are in there talking like, look, I don't give a fuck. You better put some type of trial on. Make it a shit show. Do whatever you gotta do, but calm these motherfuckers down.
Do you think it was because of the pandemic? Also,
I think
we talked about that before.
Yeah, to be honest with you, and this is I'm gonna give you a detailed answer. All right, Rodney King happened in 1992, right? All right, so Rodney King happens in 1992. At 1992, rap music was free. The biggest song on the radio was "Fight the Power." That was the biggest song at the time, "Fight the Power." When that shit happened, when the riots happened in that year, so 1993 maybe is when he beat the case. Whenever there was cops who were found not guilty, when that shit happened, and the rage and the youth went off like that. In just LA, there was decisions made that like, yo, we got to change up what we feeding these people. So you got to think now. So that was just the one Rodney King happened. It happened at that one moment, and shit went crazy. Fast forward, 2012, Trayvon Martin happens. Right, first time in a long. That was the first time with something so, and that wasn't the cops. That was just the dickhead. People were riled up, but they marched. Then 20 other things happened. 20 other people, innocent people, were being killed. People marched, they burned, they marched, they burned. Or they just marched. It was some burning, like in St. Louis, they did burn. And then the pandemic happens. Everybody's in the house. People got built up. They got built up anger and rage. That rage and the anger of the youth and the accessibility to see the shit through these phones, it was like enough is enough. On top of them in the house, I ain't got shit else to do.
And then when you got in the house, you were stuck in the house, they fed you more.
They fed you more of this shit, and you keep looking at that shit, looking at this shit. So this was like the compound. This was the compound. Yeah, this was the catalyst. You know what I mean? So to make a fire, you gotta have oxygen, a source, and a source of ignition, and light or whatever, right? All three hit together at the same time on America, and then you had the George Floyd riots. You might as well say. It was the perfect storm. It was just the perfect storm. And when it went, it went. And at that point, I'm telling you, somebody was like, yo, this shit is egregious. This shit is irresponsible. You have to press charges. I don't even care if y'all want to trial now. If you look, the guy that was winning all of a sudden doesn't want to testify no more. The boy that was winning already, so it was already the bull crap coming. But I like the fact that they didn't do what they did with Trayvon Martin. See, when you start charging people for murder, and you do murder one, you got to be able to prove the intent and the premeditatory. Goddamn. You got to prove that the intent was to do that. So by them charging with murder 3, it shows that no matter what happened, you killed this man, whether you intended to do it or not. So you can be charged with the murder of this man no matter what. So you can lie and hide behind your badge, but you still killed this man for no reason. So I think it was like the perfect storm of why the riots happened.
I wanna kind of take it up a little bit. I mean, we ain't gonna be off topic, but we gonna touch on a little bit. But you mentioned the perfect storm, and it had all of these different ingredients, right? And sitting back listening to that, I already had my opinion on it, but I think a lot of people should be able to see that looked like that was engineered. That wasn't an accident. Those things came together at that time perfectly. Now, with us understanding that this was engineered, what do we think their gains were, and what was their goals, and what did they accomplish in putting these ingredients together?
Well, you got to understand something, man. Every time we have a tragic thing in America, so 9/11 was tragic, right?
They got a gain.
You lost freedoms.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? COVID and the riots.
You lost freedom.
We just lost freedoms. I don't know what we lost yet. You know what I'm saying? But we already lost it. The legislation already written. First of all, 3 big bills were passed.
They were trying to put curfews
6,000, 6,000 pages, 600 pages.
The control with the money alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. But they felt the way, okay, let's get the rest of these NIGGERs, and we gonna get them this free money, ain't about nothing to us. But now we got access to all the people that ain't paid child support, all the people that's on probation, all the people that's on, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, really? Like, all they doing is just playing the game.
They had to get everybody together and hold on, and they getting away with too much.
So either they going to build us up or tear us down, and guess what's happening? During COVID, it was almost like, oh, we're together, we're singing on our front steps, la, la, la. And now, we just said the murder rate is at what? A third of what it was for the whole year. You gotta look at it. You gotta look at the pyramid that they're trying to design for us. Are we gonna let them do it?
Going down to the control, and we want to talk about how, I know this is like way off.
Don't worry about it. You know what? It's our show, our topic.
But we're looking at the control, and we got to touch on exactly how much control. When I say control over your life, I mean, I ain't just talking about you going to the store having to wear a mask on, down to what you do with your money. Now, this money that they gave everybody, the COVID money, I forget what state it was in. I think it was where you was at, Michigan. Yeah. They had people going into Walmarts and stuff like that, buying different things because all the food on the shelves and stuff like that there was no food on the shelves in no stores. Yeah. So people was like, some people thought this was the end of time. Some people thought it was the end of the world. I think you should lightweight be a prepper anyway.
You should be prepared for something.
You should be prepared for something like that anyway. So people was going into these Walmarts and stuff like that and buying things that would have them be able to sustain a little bit until things get back. So they was buying seeds, plants, water hoses. These people who know anything about agriculture, you know what I'm saying? And for the ones who don't, and God bless them, but the ones who do were going to prepare themselves for the worst. They made the Walmart shut down and stop selling these people these things because they said they did not give these people this money for these things. That happened in Michigan.
Yeah, happened in Michigan.
They shut the Walmart down?
They shut the Walmart down.
What they did, because I'm going to tell you, I was there.
He was there.
They didn't let you go to certain sections. They put people in front of those sections and barricades and like, you can't go over there. You can't go to none.
This was on the news.
Yeah, this really happened. Yes, I was there. They was like,
Control.
no. They was like, no. So they test out things. Believe it or not, Katrina, they test out things. You know, they test out
Social science.
Listen, you already know. Christmas time, you know, I never celebrated Christmas, so I would get a kick out of how the paper would come out with these estimates of how much money people are going to spend on these items, and then talk about how that's the same area that's not going to pay their light bills and gas bills. This would be in the newspaper.
Yes, social science.
Yes.
So just say all this to say, right? Now, they stopped you from being able to buy these things, right? And they told you that's not what the money was for. But now here's my problem. These, in my opinion, if I gave somebody some money and they went and bought these things, it would seem like they were less likely to need me and my money when we had a deficit with money.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the issue. The issue was they wanted you to need them. And that's what it's about. Control, control, control. They don't want anybody
free thinking.
They don't want anybody in existence to live off the grid because they want you to need them. They need you to need them. If I lend you money and you go buy some stuff to sustain, I'm like, damn, so I'm gonna give him this because he ain't gonna come back to me asking me for money. I'll win as long as he go get his own crops. I ain't gotta lend him no money. But a person that want to control you is like, hold on, nigga, you ain't got to go buy that. Ain't I'm feeding you.
There you go.
I want to keep feeding.
Keep you looking good.
Yeah. Keep you looking good. I got it.
I keep it looking good.
But no.
Yeah. You know, and that's.
I was gonna say. So, would you say that's like socialism?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's best.
This is socialism.
This is socialism.
This is socialism. Like they talk about capitalism. This is
So you
socialism.
guys are willing to say that this is socialism wrapped up in capitalism.
Yes.
That's
a great way to say
it. It's a veggie wrap.
No, seriously, man. Like when we going medically, when we going education wise, yes.
computers,
it's so
tracking
many
what
layers.
you buy.
That's a whole nother topic because I mean that's gonna be another topic one day on this podcast. Yeah. That's very deep, but
Experiment.
wow, man, wow, this is a really good one. This is gonna be long. We might have to make this two episodes.
Yeah.
Part one and part two, but this is a good, man.